We are following a developing story involving the attempted hacking of two state election systems. The FBI discovered evidence of foreign hackers breaking into the databases. It apparently happened recently and forced the agency to issue a nationwide warning telling election officials to step up security. Yahoo News chief investigative correspondent Michael Isikoff is in Washington to talk a little bit about what we have learned. Michael, tell us about what we've learned about this hacking and who might be responsible.
Well, just this summer, there were two states, Arizona and Illinois, that had their voter registration databases attacked by cyber hackers. In the case of Illinois, which was the more serious one, there was exfiltration or theft of data about up to 200,000 voters. The FBI has begun investigations into both of these cyber attacks, found evidence that they came from suspected foreign hackers, and just in the last week or so issued this flash alert to state election officials to beef up security of their systems, informing them about the investigations. Now, this comes, of course, amid heightened concerns about whether or not the 2016 election could be hacked. This sort of grew out of the disclosure that Russian state-sponsored hackers are believed to be responsible for the hacks of the DNC and other political organizations, and raising concerns about whether the same folks could try in some way to disrupt the election.
So is the concern about the type of information that hackers may have gathered, personal information about individual voters, or is it the vulnerability to the entire system and that maybe they could mess with the numbers and the votes come election day?
I think it's both. We still don't know who exactly was behind this attack. I did talk to one cybersecurity expert who said the IP address mentioned in that FBI flash alert, which we published today on Yahoo News, is identical to one that has surfaced before in Russian cyber criminal hacker forums. And there's also some indications that the way the attack took place parallels other Russian cyber attacks, but no definitive proof at this point, no conclusions, but it does raise the question about what vulnerabilities are out there.
Yeah, so far we know of only two states that were involved in the hack. Are they worried that perhaps other states may be affected?
Yeah, in fact, the cyber alert, which you can read, which went out to all state officials, asks for any information they might have about other IP addresses that were the same as the ones in that in Illinois and Arizona, if they've detected any evidence of penetrations from those IP addresses. But I think the larger point here is it does underscore potential vulnerabilities of the system. You do have election security experts who say that, look, the idea of a full-scale disruption of the election is remote. Elections are conducted on the state and local level, and 40 states use optical scanners in which there are backup paper ballots. So they would be considered reasonably safe. But there are 6 states and about 4 others, including some crucial swing states like Pennsylvania, where there's a large number of what's known as basically electronic voting machines in which there are no paper ballots. And that is concern. You also have internet voting in 33 states for overseas and absentee ballots, military ballots. That's another potential vulnerability. So there are issues here that federal officials are concerned about. In fact, Jay Johnson, the Homeland Security Secretary, just conducted a conference call for state election officials on August 15th, alerting them to the concerns, telling them that the federal cybersecurity experts are available to help scan and protect their systems.
Yeah, it sounds pretty serious. I mean, not often, but often enough, we don't find out about these hacks until well after they've happened. And if we're talking about election numbers, that could be huge.
Right. One senior law enforcement official who I spoke to last week for this story said this was a real eye-opener to discover the penetration by foreign hackers of state election voter databases. Now, again, what the purpose here, the exact perpetrators, we don't know. And it's very hard to make attribution links, as we've learned in so many hacks in the past. But just the mere fact that this could happen, and it did happen in some states, really got the FBI's attention. And that's why they sent out this Amber Flash alert on August 18th.
Michael Isikoff, thank you so much.
Thank you.